We'll get
Let's
it
do
going.
it.
Hey, everybody. We're
Hey!
back. Finally.
A little late tonight. Hey, we said between 8:30 and 8:45. It's 8:47. Ooh, I'm
There
sorry.
you go. There you go.
That's on me.
But glad everybody's here. We had some people in the chat already, which is awesome. We really appreciate that. And if you're new to the Uchoose podcast, what we do on these live events is we go through these old Choose Your Own Adventure books and Choose Your Own Adventure adjacent books. And when we get to decision point, if you are live in the chat, you can help decide where we go and how the story comes out.
Indeed.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Sometimes we live, sometimes we die. It's just how it
Sometimes
goes.
we end up being a cobbler in the Middle Ages. You know,
wasn't that one how one book ended one time?
Yes.
It was like, I choose to live in medieval times, and then you're fixing shoes till you die.
Yeah. I don't want to get back to my time. I want to live in medieval times with scurvy and leeches as your medical diagnoses.
How soon before you forget? Like, do you just pine for your old life until you die? You're like, man, I had cable TV. I had Netflix, y'all.
Yeah. I had a car.
Someone
air conditioning.
Yeah.
A running toilet,
Yeah. You're sitting there fixing someone's wood peasant shoe. God dang it.
Emptying your chamber pot.
Exactly. You can't flush the toilet anymore. You're like,
No.
I'm an idiot. This is what I think about.
You're pining about, hey, this is going to be great in medieval times. I can, the air is fresh. I can kind of live off the land. And then they escort you to the outhouse or whatever, or they hand you the chamber pot. And you're like, never mind, I'm going back.
Yeah. Here's your job. Oh man, I don't want to do this. I think about this when I've gone, I don't go so much now, to Renaissance fairs.
Yes.
I'm sitting here looking at everybody. It's like they're all sitting there. Oh, hear ye, sir. Welcome to yon Renaissance. And I'm like, I got antibiotics in my timeline.
What do you have? Where's your antibiotics?
You get cut, you're dead.
Exactly.
You fall down the wrong way and your bone's sticking out of your arm, you're gone. They kill you. They shoot you in the head. They can't even shoot you in the head. They gotta chop your head off. They gotta chop your head off.
Yes, exactly. Well, speaking of chopping your head off, I don't know if that'll happen today, but it might.
You can't, never say never on Uchoose. While look, the gang is all here. Mr. BRS, John Kennedy. Who else is up in on here?
Fun thing I found out today. The AI I was looking for in ChatGPT.
Oh no!
I said recommend 5 podcasts based on the old 80s Choose Your Own Adventure books, and ours came up number 1.
Number 1?
Yes. In my prompting. Now, you can do all sorts of different prompts, of course, as you know, but in the prompt that I did, we popped up number 1.
What was your prompt featuring 2 middle-aged men?
No, I just said recommend show me 5 podcasts based on the 80s kids Choose Your Own Adventure book, and it listed 5 of them, and we were the top 1.
There's 5 of them. That's my like that.
There's like the Finish It podcast. There's the 80s retro podcast where they had some different, they talk about 80s nostalgia, and you can't go wrong with Choose Your Own Adventure. And so, but yeah, anyway, let's dive in. I just thought of that when we were talking. So
the number 1 choice of AI are future overlords. That'll be what happens. It'll be like, those guys were all right. We won't make them work in the mines.
They'll just clone our voices and then just keep re-releasing podcasts, and it'll all be new.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Be speaking of crazy. Lost in a Strange Land.
In a Strange Land by R.G. Austin.
Now, remember, like I said at the beginning, we don't always go through Choose Your Own Adventure books. We do go through the adjacent books. But as Eddie and I have discussed over the years, this Which Way tends to be pretty good. Not as good as the original, but better than most. It is, as we say, the GoBots of Choose Your Own Adventure books.
I wanted
So-
Optimus Prime. You got me Leader 1?
One? Huh?
Leader 1?
Yes.
Dude. GoBots. And now this is no lie. And I think John Kennedy, but correct me if I'm wrong, John. One of y'all was like a GoBots. They were like, I loved GoBots. Don't be shaming. Don't be throwing. I won't. But you cannot lie. 50% of the transformation of a GoBot was just flipping it over. You know it's true. It's true.
You just flip it over on the other side. There you go.
Half done. You're half done.
Yeah.
You're halfway there. Now that's true. Some Transformers in the early run, but just saying, can you flip it over? Then you're halfway there, kid.
You're halfway there, kid. We should mention we went through this last time. So when we get to the first choice, we'll make a executive decision and go with the automatic other one. So the first choice won't be you choosing, the live audience, but be us choosing, Eddie or Lee.
We use our powers sparingly and wisely.
Well, yeah, and it's for a good cause. We don't want to do the same thing last time.
Why would you want that?
Yeah.
You know?
So I'll lead us off, Eddie, and then we'll get to decision point here. So let's get started, everybody. Hang on. You are spending the summer in an isolated region of the Pacific Northwest. Your mountain cabin is located on the site of an ancient volcano, and your favorite activity is exploring the cave-like lava tubes that were formed thousands of years ago. One day, as you are investigating the south side of the mountain, you see a small hole in the rocks. Upon careful investigation, you discover the hole leads into a huge lava tube, and the largest you have ever seen. You ease your body through the small opening and climb inside. As you make your way through the darkness, you step carefully, uncertain of your footing. This would be the perfect spot if I was writing it for a concussion. Right there.
I mean, if there's any spot at all to sneak a concussion, then now's the time. You can tell these weren't choose your own adventure guys. One of the writers is like, no, concuss him.
Please.
Hit him on the head.
Uncertain footing, dark cavern. I mean, it just almost lends itself.
Exactly.
Dang it. Suddenly, the ground beneath you begins to crack. The thin layer of lava gives way, and you feel yourself plunging through darkness and space. Soon, instead of falling, you begin to float. Hours later, you land softly on the ground. See, another lost opportunity for a concussion. Man, that's crazy.
I mean, this is the companion book. The companion book. Oops, almost all concussions.
Almost all concussions. This close.
Buckets of bricks that fall just 6 inches from your head. Like, oh, that was cool, man. I could have knocked you out.
Wow. I almost got a concussion. Wow. That'd be great. Days you look around, you can see very little. Everything seems to be shrouded in mist. Ahead of you, there's a giant billboard. Beware, you're about to enter the world of fantastic creatures from all times and all places. Monsters and elves, dragons, witches, and wizards. They have stepped out of their books, their tales, and their songs. They are weird. They are wonderful. They are dangerous. Enter at your own risk. Next to the billboard are 3 small signs, each pointing in a different direction. So here's our decisions. I guess there's 3 here, so we'll have 2. We'll still have 2 decisions.
We'll take one off the board. That's all right.
Yeah. If you go to Alpha Land, turn to page 3. If you go to Beta Land, turn to page 4. And the third decision, which is what we went with last time, is go to Gamma Land. So just Alpha or Beta Land. Let us know in the chat where you want to go. And Gerald's in the chat.
Hey, good old Gerald. When you go to Gamma Land, it's full of everybody's grandmas everywhere. Just grandmas everywhere. As far as the eye can see. Just Gamma.
They hand you they turn on Murder, She Wrote and hand you a Werther's caramel or whatever those candies are.
Exactly. You get one of those like fruit strawberry candies in the wrapper with the green top.
Yes.
They got Green Acres on TV. That's all you can watch. You're like, Green Acres? Yes. It's on every channel. What? Am I in hell?
Or Lawrence Welk.
No. You got church on TV. Church. It's Tuesday night. You're not in hell. You're in Gamma Land.
You're Gamma Land.
John Kennedy, yeah, I'm
That
no
would be-
Beta. Exact Beta Land's just full of all these guys who are like, whatever.
That's
But
what I should have put in the book.
Land.
I should have put in the book where you get stuck going to Gamma's house and all you get to watch is Lawrence Welk and eat strawberry candies or something.
That's it. Help her with chores. I don't want to hang the laundry, Grandma. Alpha Land.
Man.
Now listen, I'm telling you now, Alpha Land, just as bad. It's full of dude bros doing diamond push-ups all day long.
All day long.
All they got Joe Rogan on their iPod. They're like, ah,
talking about cryptocurrency or something.
It's a creatine tree. It's all they eat from. They're like eating just powdered creatine from the tree.
This creatine's great.
No, I love Alpha Land.
So we got 2 votes. Oh, so it's all Alpha. Never mind. Okay. All right. It's page 3 then, Eddie.
No Beta Land for these guys. All right, here we go.
Gerald, bedtime's at sundown. Yes. Yeah. We eat dinner at 4. We go to bed at 7.
You can see the top of the sun still. Like it's still like sunsetting. You're like, no, get to bed, boy. Bedtime.
Oh man.
See, now you regret your Alpha vote. Too late.
Yeah. Too late.
We're going to Alpha Land. Bring your creatine. What page is that again, Lee?
Page 3. Next page.
3. You've been walking for only a few minutes when you see a lovely young woman sitting under a tree. She is weeping because she just got done talking to an alpha and he made her sad.
Yes.
What's the matter, you ask? My stag, she says. I've lost my beloved stag. Perhaps I can help you, say. Who are you? I am Viola, the spirit of the woods. You'd think the spirit of the woods do a better job not losing her stag.
No kidding. Come on.
Whoa. First day on the job? Usually you can find me dancing or singing under the cherry trees, but now I am helpless. I can go nowhere without my stag, and he has been stolen by the ogre. Already the ogre. See, guys, this is Alpha Land. Good job.
Yes.
Bruh. That's right. Bruh.
Bruh.
I will get your stag for you, you say. Total alpha move. Alpha move.
We are.
I've already found him, girl. I've already found him.
I already got him.
We just got him
right here.
Where is he being held? He's somewhere in the ogre's hall, says the Viola. Oh, I am a Viola. All right.
Oh, a Viola. Okay.
But the only way to get into the hall is to pass by the Hydra who guards the entrance. Now this just got more complicated. Are you kidding me?
Very complicated.
You do not know what a Hydra is, but that doesn't stop you from saying you do know what one is because you're an alpha, bro.
Yeah.
An alpha bro knows everything.
And we're an arrogant 9-year-old.
Exactly. You don't know what a Hydra is, but you pretend to know. Yeah, man, I've fought one of those. Crazy.
Yes.
But you are determined to free the stag. Please, says the Viola, handing you a sword. Take this. I fear you will need it. You think I might need this? Do you think?
Yeah. You think?
I gotta fight a Hydra, but I don't even know what that is. And an ogre? An ogre? Girl.
I think a Hydra is a kind of a serpent-like creature, multi-headed serpent.
Oh, I know what that is. You know what that is. But we don't know what that is in the story.
That's true. Okay.
I know what a Hydra is, bro. I'm a D&D 80s kid. I mean, not
that's what I was thinking.
Not as cool. What kind of nerd is Eddie? He doesn't know what a Hydra is? Dude, take his nerd card away.
Give me
Hydra,
that,
bro. Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
The Viola gives you the directions, and you set for the ogre's hall. Ogre. I just like saying, I don't know what. Soon, you feel the ground grows soft beneath your feet. The mud oozes up around your ankles. You are afraid that you will become stuck in the mire, and you are just about to turn back when you hear a terrifying roar.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's that Hydra. That thing is.
There's the Hydra. I remember this.
Hideous. I do remember this. I think there's another choice that brought us around to this thing. Look at that thing. Its neck's got a neck. Like, I don't have a problem with a Hydra having all those heads, but when you got a neck coming off another neck.
Yes. That's just crazy.
We're done. We're done.
We got 3, 6, 9, 10 heads.
An independent neck coming off the shoulder. When I get a neck coming off of neck, I'm done.
Well, you
I'm
know,
done.
the illustrator was told by the executive, I just give me lots of heads. Give me lots of heads. I want lots of serpent heads.
My alpha brain can't even process this, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's the body, put on heads. I don't care how you got to get these heads on. You just
I want
get
9
on.
freaking heads on this lizard, on this
You got
dragon.
a big cigar. He's like, this dragon's only got 3 heads. I want 9. I want 9 more heads on that thing. I want necks on necks.
And the artist's like, sir, it doesn't make sense. I don't care.
Like, if you look at how some of these necks attach, it's actually pretty ghastly. There's one neck that has another neck, There's like a neck situation going on here.
In fairness, each face is different. So that's impressive.
Oh, yeah. Good job. I mean, that's horrifying.
Yeah, it is horrifying.
I'm on page 9, correct?
Yes.
A huge lizard-like monster appears before you. The most horrifying aspect of the creature is that he has 9 heads coming off of all of his necks. He has 9 heads and only 7 necks. You realize that this is the terrible Hydra. If you think that you should kill the Hydra by cutting off his heads, turn to page 11. If you feel that you cannot get close enough to cut the Hydra, to cut off the heads, turn to page 12.
All right.
Do you cut off them heads, or do you go, man, I can't do that? Look at all them heads.
Just drop the sword and walk away.
Like, there's not even like a main neck to come out of. Like, if you tried to go to one main neck, you might be able to take off most of the heads with one good cut there.
Maybe. Yeah, that's true. It looks like it's connected.
There's like a main neck at the bottom, it looks like.
Then there's like a second, like a deformed neck coming out of one, unless it's behind there. I can't tell, but
the person that drew this went straight to hell when they died, just so you know. When they died and went to judgment, they were like, did you know this?
This is why you can't go to heaven. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I drew that. You're going to hell, bro. I'm sorry.
It's like, bro, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't let you
in. Too many necks, man. That's a rule.
Too many necks.
It's in small print in the Bible. We just said it.
So instead of Back to the Future, you're just too darn loud. You're just too many darn necks.
There's too many necks. Sorry. We're the Hydra heads, not the pinheads.
John says cut off head. Scott says cut off head. And Gerald says don't.
See?
Don't cut off heads.
He's like, dude, a little bit of.
We'll give it maybe.
Alpha man cut head. Alpha man cut head with sword. He's holding the sword the wrong way. He's holding
he's going the wrong way.
Sword hurt hands. Sword hurts. Ow!
So I guess we're cutting off heads unless somebody pops in.
Cutting off heads. Scott Miller, I agree. I could never copy that drawing. If it did, it'd rip open a singularity and swallow us all.
Well, it might do this because AI gets a little hallucinogenic,
Dude, early AI, remember that? You just give it a thing.
Yes.
It's like always nightmare fuel. You're like, all right. Yeah, I think we cut off heads, bro. Page 11 for you.
All right. The monster moves toward you. You raise your sword and swing with all your 9-year-old strength. The sword passes through the neck of one of the heads, but as soon as the head falls to the ground, 2 more heads grow in its place. You are horrified.
Yeah.
What?
You puke.
If you grab a bucket to puke in, wait.
Throw the puke.
Puke. Here's the real choices, everybody. If you try to cut off the 2 new heads, turn to page 19. If you suspect that the only way to defeat this monster is to cut off the center and largest head, turn to page 20. So do we cut off the 2 new heads, or do we cut off the center and largest head? Let us know in the chat. There's a lot of heads to deal with. How do we do this? Let us know in the chat. Shopping? These, like we said, these which way ones are always interesting, but they get bizarre really fast.
They do. They do not hesitate. It is very much like classic choose your own adventure where you don't have to wait too long.
No.
No. Choice.
and there's really no continuity. It's just here you go. Here's a choice. You can turn to the next page. Here's another choice.
Yeah. A lot of these books, especially the adjacent books, did a lot of those like circular ones where sometimes it takes you out of the way but takes you right back into it again. Like,
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you say you're going to go to the saloon, for example, but you choose the other choice, but you still end up at the saloon eventually anyway.
Yeah, you can't fight it. I think the center head is the majority winner there.
Okay. Page 20. That's you, Eddie.
All right. Y'all listen. Aim for the center head. You move close to the Hydra and swing your sword at the middle head. You miss, of course. Of course we do.
Of course.
Like you're really a beta. You're a beta in Alpha Land. You miss and nick one of the side heads, making the Hydra very angry. He lunges for you and barely misses. You decide that this plan is too dangerous and devise a new strategy. Turn to page 30.
So, just like we said, they kind of make you go the way they want you to go.
The Hydra lunges again, but this time you are ready. You swing up onto a tree branch. There was no mention of a tree.
Yeah.
So that you can strike at the Hydra from above. With one swift move, you sever the Hydra's center head. Wait a minute.
Okay.
That felt superfluous. Oh well.
Yeah.
Without waiting to see what happens, you leap from the tree and run into the tunnel. In no time, you emerge, riding on the back of the liberated white stag. Wait, what? Where's the ogre?
Oh, there's the stag.
Where's the ogre, though? Ogre?
Well, it's protected by the Hydra, but you're right.
Anyway,
okay.
It did turn to page 30, didn't it? Page 20.
You did. Yeah.
Huh, okay. 30. The stag flies through the marsh. You look back and see the Hydra lying motionless on the ground. Diggity dead, y'all.
Dead, yo.
When the Viola sees you, she bursts into tears of joy as she throws her arms around the neck of her stag. I wish to show my gratitude to you with all the powers at my command, she says. I can send you home now, if that is your desire. A-team is coming on, kids.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you wish to explore our world further, I can arrange for a fantastic tour. You must choose now, for soon I must be gone. If combating the Hydra was enough for you, and you wish to return to your family and friends, you may end the story here. The end.
Okay.
If, however, you wish to explore further, turn to page 47.
Now that's a cool option.
I know, right?
That's different. So
it is. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. You're like, hey, listen, if you want to be done, you can be done, baby.
There's some that we've done in the past. I think if you remember, where you flip a coin and heads go here, tails go there. They're trying to throw something different, give some more variety in these decisions.
I get it.
Yeah. The ogre got stepped on by the Hydra. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know where. You're right. Where did the ogre go? Because it was saying that the stag was guarded by the ogre.
The ogre stole the stag, and the ogre was being guarded by a Hydra. So like, all right, man, I got two fools. I got to drop.
Maybe he was overcome by our alpha maleness that he just left.
He watched you cut that center head, and he's like, I only got one head. I'm playing his games.
I'm not going to do this.
I got one.
All right. Man. So keep going. Fantastic carpet ride. Chaya never did that. So
I'm going
47.
That'd be you, Lee. 40. Let's keep this adventure going.
Yeah. 47. Here we go.
We get shot in the head.
You tell the Viola that this fantastic world is too exciting to leave until you have seen everything you can. The Viola sings a musical haunting song as she dances gracefully around the cherry tree. Before she has finished the song, a gigantic bird swoops down from the sky. This is a rock. He will be your guide, the Viola explains. You have never seen a bird so spectacular. His beauty fills you with awe. He is pure white except for the golden tips of his wings and the red crown on his head. Your wish is my command, the rock says to you. Would you like to go to the Midsummer Night Festival, or would you like to visit the Sphinx? Okay. If you would like to go to the Midsummer's Nights Festival, turn to page 75. If you prefer to visit the Sphinx, go to page 76. So festival or Sphinx, let us know in the chat. So basically starting over.
Crazy, dude. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah, we're basically starting over almost part 2 of this adventure. So we already got a vote for festival. Already started. Festival from Gerald. Festival from Mr. BRS. Scott coming in with Sphinx. But I think we're outvoted. So page 75.
We got 2 Sphinxes now.
Well, I think we got
festival, Sphinx. So we're tied.
Oh, festival.
John Kennedy came in over.
You're
the top
right.
Rope. Came in over the top.
Oh, he did.
Like the ultimate warrior coming down.
Yes. Okay.
Stomping on heads. If we had Macho Man here, he'd say something, but he's not.
Yes, he's on vacation. All right. So we'll go heads, festival, tails, Sphinx.
The Uchoose coin.
Tails, Sphinx.
Oh.
So page 76.
Methinks it's time to go to Sphinx. 76.
Sphinx.
Here we go.
76. Here we go. Wow.
The rock picks you up in his talons and lifts you effortlessly into the sky. You are elated by the feeling of flying and are vaguely disappointed when the bird sets you down in the light, sandy desert. When you look up, your disappointment turns to fear. An enormous monster is staring into your eyes. Turn to page 101. 101.
101. Flipping all over the place. Here we go.
I'm turning still. Here we go. The monster has the head of a woman, but her body is that of a lion. From her back, 2 wings sprout. There is a surprised gentleness about this monster and a peaceful quality to this place. Birds sing sweetly. The air is crystal clear. You would like to stay here for a long time. As if she can read your thoughts, the monster says, "Welcome to the land of the Sphinx. You may stay here as long as you wish if you can guess the answer to my riddle."
Oh, boy.
What goes on 4 feet, 2 feet, and 3? But the more feet it goes on, the weaker it be. If you think the answer to this riddle is an insect that changes into different shapes during its life cycle, turn to page 116. If you think the answer to this is a human being, turn to page 117. 4 feet, 2 feet, then 3. I get to 4 crawling around, then 2 feet, but then 3.
When you get older and you have a cane?
2 feet and 3. Oh!
I think so. Interesting that this is for a 9-year-old. That's crazy. All right. Let us know in the chat.
80s. They didn't care.
It's again kind of a unique thing.
Yeah.
This is a little different. Trying to be a little different.
We got 1 for insect, 2 for human.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. We got 2 votes for human, 1 for insect. So we need one more vote.
We'd be playing.
This is truly a Jeopardy. Oh, human. Okay.
Human. Yeah, human vote. All right.
117,
sir.
That be me. A human being, you ask, uncertain of your answer. Of course, the Sphinx says. When you are a baby, you crawl on all fours. As a man or woman, you walk upright on two legs. When you're old and weak, you must walk with a cane. The Sphinx smiles, and the light of her pleasure fills you with warmth. You may stay here as long as you like, and you may return as often as you wish. You are always welcome here in the land of the Sphinx. The end. Okay. All right. Well done.
That was the ending. That was
So-
it. We got two.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got
Two
two.
endings.
And now we get to hang out with our new friend, the Sphinx, who's kind of freaky looking, but whatever.
That is a little freaky looking. Yes.
Two endings for the free price of free.
The always price of free.
The low,
Not
low
bad.
price of nothing. Hey, listen, I will take that, man. I will take that. Mr. BRS is like, wait, what? That's the ending?
Well, yeah, it is a little. They have that a lot in some of these where it's just okay.
Let's wrap it up.
We'll just wrap this baby up. Put
it.
Put a bow on it. We're done.
The
executive is like,
cool.
we got enough endings. We don't need any more endings. We got to get this out by tomorrow.
You got two dang endings. What do you want? And then
What do you want from me?
I do think it's great when the Sphinx is like, you may live in the land of the Sphinx. And it's just a giant, desolate desert. And you're like,
desert. There's no water, no food. Yeah, you're like, thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, we didn't die, Gerald.
Didn't die.
You're right.
Didn't die. We're cutting off heads. We're riding stags. We're talking to sphinxes. We're riding on a bird called a rock. Never even heard that before.
Yeah,
Let's
talking to Avila. Avila was a Slavic creature, a Slavic mythology creature depicted as a beautiful maiden with magical abilities and a connection to nature. That's what it was. But she couldn't find her own stag. But she couldn't find her stag, so
Yeah, I know.
How connected are you, really? Really? How
For
connected
real.
are you?
You're new.
All right. So our next one is a choose your own adventure book called The Throne of Zeus by Deborah Lermy Goodman. She's done a few. I remember we've read one of hers before. And this one came out, this is number 40 in the series. So it's a little kind of midway, January of 1985.
This kid is
yes,
nothing but
85,
trouble.
yes.
Look at
Oh yeah, look at that.
this little
I already tell.
narcissist right here. Look at that. Oh my god.
Again, great cover art. You've got little events all over the side there. You're riding a dolphin. So we know something's going to happen here.
Now, Icarus falling out of the sky again.
Again and again.
Should I start this one off, sir?
Yeah, I started the last one, so go ahead and start this one.
I do want to read quickly this introduction page where like kids can't stop reading the choose your own adventure stories. I like choose your own adventure books because they're full of surprises like concussions and more concussions.
These books have more concussions.
Listen, this kid's age 11 makes you think thoroughly before making decisions. 11. This was the 80s.
Yeah. Yes.
I read 5 different stories in one night, and that's a record for me. The different endings are fun. Timmy Sullivan, age 9. That kid gets it. He's like, I died 3 times.
Oh, you know what? We should try to find these kids. They're probably fake.
I mean, it'd be hilarious if we could.
That'd be great, actually.
They're fake kids. We got to do some Google searches.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
We got to do our own commercial for this. We have to make our own kids talking. Anyway.
Oh, yes.
I know. Here we go.
Right.
Hey, to Gamma for your stories.
Graham.
I know.
Speaking of Gamma, that's awesome.
Do you know it's on TV? No. For months, you and your grandmother have waited for your parents to return from home to Athens. Their archaeological digs often take them to distant parts of Greece, but they've never been gone so long before. Your mother and father have unearthed a throne that they believe was made for the ancient Greek god Zeus. They're convinced it is the first trace ever discovered of Olympus, palace of the gods. They've been eager to hear about their excavations and see pictures of the throne. But now that your parents are home, they seem upset. The university has threatened to discontinue the excavation, says your father. We need hard evidence by the end of the summer to convince them that this throne could have been made for Zeus, could only have been made for Zeus. Look at this. I love it. We need evidence of the paranormal now.
Now.
Not yesterday.
Make it happen.
What kind of evidence, you ask? This illustration's great. Look at the dad. He's like completely anguished. He's like, why am I being served a piece of lettuce?
What is this? Yeah,
why am I eating a piece of lettuce? Y'all got real food. We need something that clearly links the throne to Zeus. A crown inscribed with his name would help. A stone tablet listing the laws of Olympus would be ideal. Maybe some god bones. Maybe Zeus's god bones would help prove.
Yes. Help prove this.
But we don't know if such a thing ever existed. Your mother answers, talk to Zeus, murmurs your grandmother, clearing the table. Turn to page 5. I like the illustration so far, actually. And
that's really good.
I'm not sure, but I think on this one they're showing the protagonist might be a little girl. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a little girl.
Talk to Zeus.
Unusual.
Have you ever talked with Zeus? You ask your grandmother later as you help her wash the dishes. A few times, she replies. On the summer solstice, the ancient gods take special interest in mortal beings. Sometimes they appear on Earth. Why, I have even walked with Zeus. Tomorrow is the solstice, you say, in a choose-your-own-adventure coincidence that can't be denied.
No.
Shivering with excitement, maybe if I can talk to the gods, I can help mom and dad find the evidence they need. Maybe a Zeus lock of hair or a Zeus fingernail. Since they won't ask for clues, I'll do it myself. But tell me, Graham, where can I find Zeus? I can't tell you that. She kisses you she kisses you. Good night. You have to discover Zeus on your own. What kind of grandma bullcrap is this?
Yeah, come on, Grandma.
You should talk to Zeus. How do I get a hold of Zeus, Grandma? I can't tell you. 1980s.
Yes. Boomer logic.
Boomer logic. Exactly. Oh, man, your dad. You can borrow the car tonight, son. No problem. Oh, sweet dad. It'll just cost you $400 million.
Dollars.
But I don't have $400 million. I know.
Then I guess you don't have a car.
Wah, wah. Exactly. All night, you wonder where you might find Zeus. You can't envision him appearing in your modern apartment, but you can imagine him striding comfortably through an ancient temple. Then you remember that it's the 80s, and you bust out a phone book and turn it all the way to Z and look
for Zeus. You call
Zeus.
him up. Oh, there he is.
There he is. I knew it.
1-800-GO Olympus.
It turns out it's like the Greek, the handyman of your apartment complex who happens to be a Greek guy named Zeus. He's like, hey.
Zeus. He's like, hey, look at this.
I'm just fixing gates here. What's going on?
What's going on? Yes.
You decide to spend the summer solstice at the Acropolis. Why not? The site of the famous temple ruins overlooking Athens. Turn to page 8. After telling your grandmother of your plans, you wait until late afternoon to go to the Acropolis. Do we live in Greece? Is that what's going on?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, we do, yeah.
There are many tourists snapping pictures of the marble ruins, but you know from previous visits that the guards will usher everyone out at 5 o'clock. You survey the area as you plan your course of action. Chain link fences encircle each of the ancient sanctuaries. The Parthenon is the largest, most important temple, and the one you think Zeus would be most likely to visit. Unfortunately, it also attracts the greatest number of people, and you'll have a hard time entering it unseen. Maybe you should try the shrine of Artemis Brauronia. There aren't as many people around it. I wouldn't go there. It sounds less fun.
I can't pronounce it.
I know. I can't even read that. Never mind. If you decide to sneak into the Parthenon, turn to page 37. If you decide to hide in the sanctuary of Artemis Brahmanima. Turn to Browronia. Turn to page 12.
All right. Already exciting. We get to talk to Zeus. Maybe. Zeus is
Turns out-
hanging out. She said that Zeus wouldn't come to the apartment, and he's probably like, I'd love to be here. What are you talking about? It's pretty drafty back there at the Parthenon.
He's like, it's old and crumbly and tourists are everywhere. Why wouldn't I want to come to your apartment? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all
just sits down on the couch, turns on some A-Team. We don't have this at Olympus. What is this?
Great. It's all Greek to me. Oh, there it is.
Or you leave him there too long. You come back, he's watching soap operas and just letting himself go.
He's just right into it. He's like he did like Napoleon did and Bill and Ted. He's just fully embraced modern culture. He's like eating ice cream and going down water slides.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you're like, hey, we gotta go. He's like, no, I can't. My stories are on.
We got exactly.
Page 37, Parthenon.
We got one for Parthenon and one for, or just what I say, and one for the shrine of Artemis Brahmanima. Manamana.
Brahmanamana.
12.
And Sanctuary, I think that's it. Eating pizza. Yeah. Yeah. He's on the couch eating pizza, watching soap operas.
He's eating like a full-blown Italian style. Okay, page 12, sir.
Page 12 is me. All right. Casually, you stroll around the remains of the Artemis Brahmana, hoping the other visitors will leave soon. At last, when no one is watching, you dart under a half-fallen pillar and wedge yourself between two gigantic blocks of stone. By twisting your neck just a bit, you discover that you have a clear view of the Parthenon across the way. Although you are extremely uncomfortable, you wait quietly as the guards make their rounds. Then the setting sun casts a rosy glow on the marble ruins, but you're not in the mood to admire the scenery. Soon after the moon rises, you notice a soft light radiating from the interior of the Parthenon. At first, you think it must come from the flashlight of a night watchman, but then you begin to wonder if it could be Zeus.
Oh.
If you decide to stay right where you are, turn to page 28. If you decide to investigate the source of light, turn to page 14. So do we stay where we're at, or do we go investigate? Let us know in the chat. Hashtag wedge yourself. Yes, of course. Why not?
You're going to get wedged. Wedge yourself.
Do it. Do it yourself. Get in here. So we got some thinking going on. We'll see what we find out.
Someone commented in here. I think it was, they said, what was it? Those wacky 80s. It's true.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Scott Miller. I'm gonna presume you're with us in being a child of the 80s. It was raw. It was a raw time, dude. You could come home if it wasn't broken, but you were pretty bloody. Your parents would be like, get out of here. Why are you bothering me with this?
Why are you here? And they wouldn't buy anything. They could always try to fix it first. So you have this gigantic tear in your shirt. Your mom's like, oh, I can just sew that up.
We got that. You'll find this funny. This last weekend, my wife and I did a ton of like yard work. And at one point I was so hot and thirsty, I just turned the hose on.
Yep.
And I did the wait 30 seconds to get all that hot water out of the hose. I'm no rookie.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I drank from the hose. I'm like, this brings back 1980s. And some kid, some 20-something at work was like, here he goes talking about drinking the hose water, these dang Xers. I'm like, you watch your mouth. It's true.
Shut up, man. Don't mess with me.
Don't you mess with hose water.
The hose was to drink from, but I also can beat you with it too.
Oh man, you get beat by that hose. They cut a length off and start working you with it.
Oh yeah. All right.
It was a good time. They had to remind the parents that had kids though.
Drank from the hose all the time, man. All the time.
I encourage everyone tonight at some point, drink from your hose. It's actually pretty fun. I was like, this brings back some good memories.
Yeah, because you didn't want to. Well, one, you didn't want to go into the house because your parents would just yell at you for being in the house anyway.
Yep.
And number two, you're having too much fun. You're like, I don't have time to run inside.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, and Mr. BRS, hey, listen, you're not wrong. Born in the 90s. Same. I mean, my mom would repair jeans, but yeah, also, if it got too busted up, like I had a shirt that looked like I got shot with a shotgun. For real. It looked like I had a shirt that looked like it was just this buckshot right to the chest. And that became my like go outside and play in the mud shirt. Like my mom would have like my play clothes so that I wouldn't ruin my good clothes.
You had usually 3 different categories. You had your work clothes, dirty clothes. You had
church
like your
clothes.
school clothes, and then you had church clothes.
Church clothes.
Yes.
So we're doing that in
All
church
right.
clothes.
Yeah, you ruin your church clothes. Mom's gonna beat your butt.
Yeah, you'll be a ghost. You'll be Harlow Thrombay. You'll be like,
yes. All right.
We got page 14. Investigate. Show me the line. I think we got investigate, my man. We got investigation.
Yeah, investigate. All right. So that is page 14. That would be you.
You run toward the Parthenon and clamber over the fence. Breathlessly, you stumble up the steps. Behind the pillars, the light is pale and misty. A tall woman in white robes stands at the center of the temple. Turn to page 18. Welcome to my temple, the woman says warmly as she offers you her hand. You're too frightened to take it. You barely manage to stammer. You're not Zeus. She laughs. That's the first thing you say. Welcome. Of course not. I'm Athena, daughter of Zeus. If you wanted to meet my father, you shouldn't have come to my temple. Gingerly, you take her hand. You are surprised to find that it feels remarkably like your mother's. Can you take me to Zeus, you ask? I can bring you back to ancient times and give you power to speak and understand the language, Athena offers. But you'll have to find Zeus on your own. This again?
Again? Just like Grandma.
Are you talking about Grandma? Are you and her hanging out? What's going on?
Come on.
How will I know where he is? I can't tell you where to find Zeus, Athena explains. The trick is to attract his attention by doing something he'll find exciting. There we go. There it is. All right. I got to get his attention. He's a god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start lighting stuff on fire.
Come on.
She thinks for a moment. I know 2 people who are about to have intriguing experiences. Persephone doesn't know it yet, but she's going to be spending a lot of time with Hades, one of Zeus's brothers. Yeah, also lives in hell. Leave that little part out.
Yeah.
Icarus is on the island of Crete right now, and he's, well, let's just say he has an adventure ahead of him. Dang, girl goes dark.
She does.
Icarus has a little adventure ahead. He might not live to see. Would you like me to take you to Persephone or Icarus? This plays on the fact if we didn't know some Greek mythology, I think.
Yeah, you kind of have to know some already.
Mr. BRS ain't wrong. I don't know this for a fact, Mr. BRS, but like the Greek stuff, the Greek myths are full of like some inappropriate relations. I'll put it that way.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, because Athena's his daughter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look that up.
Like Zeus does what Zeus wants.
But yeah, we're looking at Persephone and Icarus here. So again, they are going to be dark.
Yeah. Do you want to go to hell or witness a death? Witness a kid drop out of the sky? Yeah.
Take your pick.
Talk about 80s tough. Go back to those times.
Today
was a bad day. I don't know. Did you make wings made of wax and fall to your death? No. Then it was a good day.
Again.
We got 2 votes for Persephone. 2 votes for Persephone. I think Persephone's gonna win out here. Tonight, our crew does not have in them to be like, I don't need to see a 9-year-old plummet from the sky.
Oh, come on.
All right, sir. Page 9.
Page 9 it is. get to it here. Fine, answers Athena. I'll take you to Persephone in the fields of Enna. She grasps your shoulders and twirls you around. Your feet fly off the ground as you spin through a silvery fog. When your body pops into place again, you find yourself in a vast meadow. A girl about your age looks up from a bed of lilies and says, "That's strange clothing you're wearing. Are you one of Athena's friends from another place and time?" "Why, yes," you answer, surprised. "Athena brought me here to look for Zeus. Did you ever see him?" "Quite often," the girl answers. "You've come to the right place. My name is Persephone." As you and Persephone stroll through the meadow, you see wisps of smoke wafting out of the deep gorges slashed in the earth. Persephone noticed a flower at the edge of the chasm. "I can smell that flower from here," she cries, and races towards the strange blossom. You sniff the air, but as you smell it, you sniff the air, but all you smell is sulfur. Suddenly, a gleaming black chariot drawn by ebony horses dashes out of the chasm. Without stopping, the driver yanks Persephone into the chariot. You make a dash and hurl yourself in just before the chariot plunges back into the depths of the chasm. Noticing you, the driver wirily comments, "Very few ever choose to join me." "Who is he?" you ask Persephone. "Hades," she whispers, "Lord of the underworld." Her face has turned deathly white. Turn to page 16. Here we go. You've gotten yourself into What have you gotten yourself into? You wonder. The chariot races through grim gray caverns. Farther ahead, in bizarrely iridescent river shimmers with the only colors in the underworld, with only the colors in the underworld landscape. "The river Styx," murmurs Persephone, "the river of hate." As the horses fly over it, you gaze into the dark water. You're not sure if you're bargained for this. Should you jump into the river Styx and get away, or continue further into the underworld with Persephone? All right, let us know in the chat if you want to leap into the water or remain in the chariot. Let us know in the chat. Interesting. They really do lean in. They're just making lots of assumptions that we know who all these people are.
Yeah.
And
and I give them some credit. Like, even if you didn't, now you're like, as a kid, if and when it comes up that you learn about Greek mythology, you're like, I read a Choose Your Own Adventure.
Exactly. Interesting.
I'm still disappointed that the secret jewels of Nabuti aren't a real thing, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, exactly. The children of Nabuti. The jewels, the children, whatever. Continue on. One more vote for continue on. And let us know in the chat. I don't know. I kind of want to jump in that river, but I know that probably wouldn't be good, but who knows? These Choose Your Own Adventures they can take you wherever.
We got unanimous votes for just hang out, man.
Okay.
Continue, chill, stay.
31.
31, son. It may be safer to stay in Hades' chariot, wherever it's taking you. Deeper into hell. The chariot lands smoothly on the other side of the river. In a few minutes, you arrive at a somber palace surrounded by high walls. The strangest creature you've ever seen waits by the gate. It is a gigantic dog, much bigger than you are, with 3 heads and the tail of a serpent. Weird. What kind of breed is that? Is it a mix? I don't even know what's happening. Oh my God. Why is it snake and tail? What's happening?
What do you call that?
Is he friendly? Is he nice? Does he bite? Oh my God. What have we done?
Yes.
He trots over to the chariot and frolics alongside. "This is my dog, Cerberus," Hades explains. "He's always friendly when someone enters my kingdom. I must warn you, however, that if you attempt to leave my land, Cerberus will chew you to the bone."
Ooh.
He's nice till you try to leave. Then he'll get you.
Get you.
He'll get you with a snake tail. Nice. Thank you.
Yes.
You smile weakly and pat one of the dog's heads. Cerberus licks your hand with an unnaturally cold tongue. 'Cause he did, girl.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Hades leads you and Persephone down a gloomy hall to a pair of black marble thrones. You will be my queen here forever, Persephone, says Hades as he gestures gallantly to the thrones. So banish all memories of the land of the living. Nodding towards you, Hades remarks, you too will remain in my kingdom for all eternity. And you're like, I just wanted to find Zeus.
And I'm stuck here in Hades.
I'm in hell. 36. Persephone sits down quietly on the throne, staring blankly into space. You don't understand what has come over her, but it's clear that she won't be able to help you escape. That river's looking good now.
Yeah.
You're determined not to spend the rest of your life in the underworld, though. I mean, not the rest of your life, eternity, bro.
Eternity.
That's
yeah.
what he said.
Yeah.
I'm going to explore the palace, you announced with false cheerfulness. You wonder whether you should try to sneak past Cerberus or look for another escape route. I suggest no, because he's, as aforementioned, he'll chew you to that bone.
Exactly.
Cerberus is certainly a frightening obstacle, but who knows what other terrors stand between you and the land of the living. If you try your luck with Cerberus, turn to page 13. If you search for another way out of the palace, turn to page 21.
Okay. I like how this book, if it ends, we don't just end up in medieval times making shoes. We literally spend eternity in hell.
I know.
You're
Not
like
only
all of a
do we
sudden
die,
that all of a sudden maybe living in medieval times making shoes doesn't sound so bad.
as Hades is telling you where you're gonna live, you're like, could I make shoes? Could I go back to the shoes?
I'll make shoes. I'm sorry I complained about it. I'll go back and make shoes. Chamber pots or not, I'd rather do that.
I'm good. Better than hell. Gerald invoking the internet crazy. Can I pet that dog?
I'll pet that dog. I don't like either one of these choices. Sound pretty bad.
I know. I agree.
All right. So
we got another way.
Another
2 votes for another
2 votes
way.
for another way. Okay. We'll give it another few seconds here. Otherwise, we will go to page 21. Search for another way. Oh, Scott votes for Cerberus.
Crebus is Cerberus's 4-headed cousin.
Yeah, like,
Crebus. My cousin Crebus.
He keeps coming to the family reunions, even though we don't invite him.
Crebus. Nobody wants me as a pet because I got 4 heads and it's too much.
Wait, is this split?
I'm a Hydra. Oh wait, Cerberus, 2 votes. Oh, we got to flip a coin.
Okay, so heads is Cerberus, tails search.
Yep, I agree. Up with multiple heads.
Cerberus it is.
I got a bad Uchoose feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this. Page 13.
No one invites Cletus, Crebus, and Cerberus. And Cletus is like, y'all don't invite me no more.
Why don't you invite me to these anymore?
It got lost in the mail. I get it. I'll come down to Hades, hang out with y'all.
That's why I came anyway. I figured it got lost in the mail. I knew that.
Y'all chew anybody to the bone yet? Because that's what I do.
I brought my potato salad like I do every year.
I brought my tater salad. Like it puts mustard in that. It's gross. Quit bringing it.
All right. I think it's me, right?
Crebus. Yep.
That's me. All right. You walk out of Hades' palace toward the gate where Cerberus stands at guard. One of his heads is napping. The other 2 are watching you intently and growl. This wakes the 3rd head. Immediately it bares its teeth too. Even Cerberus is quite different from any other dog you've known. You remind yourself that he's just a dog, though a dog with 3 heads and a tail of a serpent. You whistle to the beast and slap your hand on your thighs. Come here, pup, you call,
Look
trying
how
to keep your
meaty these
voice from
thighs are.
quivering. Oh my.
Look at my
Cerebus
meaty
saunters
thighs.
over and sniffs your shoulders. Your hands tremble as you reach up past your head to pet the beast. He seems to like you. You break off a branch from a nearby tree and throw it. Bring me the stick, you instruct Cerebus as he romps off to retrieve it, and you get an idea. Turn to page 40. You throw two branches close to each other. Cerebus catches each of the limbs in a different mouth. Then you throw three branches, still very close together. Cerebus eagerly retrieves them. Finally, mustering all your strength, you fling three branches as far as you can, but each in a different direction. One of Cerebus' heads spot the first limb and sets off after it. The second and third heads strain as they struggle to go to the other direction. One head snarls at the other, nips at the third one, and suddenly all three heads are fighting. Wasting no time, you slip through the gate. Even though you're not sure where you are going, you run as fast as you can away from the palace. Before long, you reach the river Styx. You are surprised to see an old man in a hooded cloak guiding a raft across the river. When he notices you, he waves and you approach the shore. Turn to page 46. I don't remember meeting you before, says the old man as he pulls the raft ashore, but I suppose I must have. I've been at this job since the beginning of time, and it's getting to be too much for me. I don't think we've met, you replied, extending your hand. Who are you? Karen Ferryman of the dead, he answers wearily. I'm trying to reach the land of the living, you explain. Karen laughs scornfully. You and millions of others. I can't help you. The passengers I carry go only one direction, toward Hades. But I'm not dead, you exclaim impatiently. I don't belong in the underworld. None of the inhabitants in the underworld believe they belong here, says Karen. I'll admit, though, you do have a certain vitality I don't see very often around here. And where did you get such unusual clothing? I love how two people have mentioned that. But,
Right.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
In the 20th century, where I come from, these are very normal clothes. You see, I'm just visiting your time. I need to get on with my search for Zeus. Karen laughs. You're pretty amusing. How would you like to become my apprentice? I'd welcome a joke every now and then. I would bring dead people across the river on your raft, you ask? The idea of transporting bodies makes your skin crawl. Under my close supervision, answers Karen. Don't worry, it's not unpleasant work. The passengers are souls, not reeking corpses. Working with Karen might offer the best chance for escape from the underworld, but you wonder how long you would have to wait for the right moment. Should you try to swim across the river Styx on your own? All right, here we go. If you agree to become Charon, is it Charon or Karen? I don't know how you pronounce it. Charon. Okay.
Yeah.
If you decide to become Charon's apprentice, turn to page 87. If you decide to swim, turn to page 75. So let us know in the chat. I like John's comment. It's a good job, great benefits.
Yeah, man. Yeah, listen, you get a lot of upper body workout. You get money,
You get to
give you
work out.
tips, they give you coin on the river Styx.
Yeah.
What's funny is I love the idea of this kid being a nerd, like having nerdy clothes and trying to explain, like, no, these are trendy clothes where I come from. Everybody's got Velcro shoes up in the 80s.
Velcro shoes.
Dude, I had
Oh
Velcro
man,
shoes.
did your mom buy you Velcro shoes?
I did. I had a pair. I won't lie.
Yep.
I thought they were cool until everybody made fun of me, and I was like, I thought they were cool. I thought they were cool.
Same here. I got made fun of, and then begging my mom, don't make me wear those again tomorrow. She's like, nope. We're not spending money on shoes.
Oh, dude. I asked for them initially. I thought they were cool.
Yeah. But did you go the next day begging your mom not to make you wear them?
I knew, this is wrong. I'm not gonna say I knew better, but like I knew it was like bad energy after good. They were never gonna budge. I just didn't say anything. I was like, I just can't say anything.
You should have to take the beatings.
Yeah, Scott had a pair too. I think a lot of us did.
Yeah.
I had the
Yeah,
ones called Kangas. Remember Kangas?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Because they had the zipper on the side you could put your lunch money in. I always
Yes.
showed a kid putting $1 inside his shoe.
Oh, man. I loved it.
All right,
Velcro shoes and the
we got
humiliation.
swim apprentice. So we're split here. And my senses are tingling too.
Oh, so we're flip. So let's do heads, apprentice, tails, swim for it. All right. Apprentice. We're going to apprentice
87
for the underworld. 87. That's you.
And time has no meaning here. So we can be apprenticing for what feels like a day. And we can be down there 1,000 forever.
years. Yeah.
Exactly. You step into Kayron's raft. He shows you how to glide it with a pole to the other side of the river where you wait for passengers. The job is not as ghoulish as you feared. Your passengers remind you of Persephone. They look like normal people, except that their faces are unnaturally pale and expressionless because they dead. They rarely speak. You avoid looking in their eyes. Soon you realize it will not be as easy to escape as you had hoped. Kayron never sleeps. He never lets you out of his sight. And whenever the raft approaches the shore, he holds on to your shoulders with such force, there's no way for you to get away. Didn't think that one through.
Wow, yeah.
But as the weeks pass, like you know what weeks are, Kayron begins to trust you. He grips your shoulders less firmly. Finally, he stops holding you all together. Although you know you could probably escape now, you are troubled. Part of you wants to return immediately to the land of the living, but another part of you worries about Persephone. Do you dare return to the palace of Hades to rescue her? If you think you should help Persephone, turn to page 97. If you decide to go directly to the land of the living, turn to page 93.
So basically, leave. She's almost a Todd. We're almost ready to just ditch her.
Right. She is in Todd territory.
Yeah,
for
right
sure.
now. Close to Todd.
Todd-Sephone.
She says, I have a brother named Todd. Do you know him?
I have a brother named Todd. He's a big fan of dinosaurs. You're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I've heard.
Todd's going to be down here real soon. I guarantee you.
Todd's in heaven. Like, they left me to die.
They left me to
We did. We did.
He did.
They left me for dead.
He left me for dead.
I was totally alive. I was waving at them from the shore, and they saw me, and they kept going.
Then Hades walks up to you. Is like, I like this guy.
Good. I like the style.
I like your style, kid.
We got 1 vote for help. Oh, we got 2 votes for help and 1 for get to that land of the living.
Land of
Persephone
the living.
made her choice. Live with it.
Alpha men save the girl and the Todds. Well, I don't know that we'd save the Todds, but
it's in the code. We're like, like if you have a Todd on the helicopter, you got to push him out.
You look around, make sure nobody's watching. Oh, Todd must have slipped. That hand strength. All right, so we're split again?
No, we're not. We got save, help. So, barring another vote, we got save the girl.
Okay, so we'll be saving the girl probably.
Yep, we got saving is the one to go.
Okay,
so 97, sir.
Page 97. Oops. Although you don't know exactly how you will rescue Persephone, once you return to Hades' palace, you decide to leave Kayron immediately. You tell him you want to take a break, and you push past the next group of souls trudging off the raft toward the palace. But in your haste to return to Persephone, you stumble on the rocky ground. You twist your ankle and pause to rub it. So not a concussion, but we did twist our ankle.
I got a
still haven't
concussion.
been concussed. Yeah, foot concussion.
Everything is a concussion. It's how you look at the world.
It's a foot concussion. I think I broke my arm. It's an arm concussion. Oh man, I got a cut on my knee. It's a skin concussion.
You're making an omelet. I gotta give these eggs a concussion.
Yeah, everything's a concussion. Oh man. Suddenly you notice a young man running a few hundred yards behind you. He moves so swiftly that his feet barely touch the ground. You wonder why anyone else would be so eager to reach the palace of Hades. Then you realize he could be chasing you. All right, here we go. If you decide to find out who the runner is, turn to page 101. If you think it's safest to hide from him, turn to page 118. So, do we find out who this guy is or do we hide? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, I know, John. I can't believe it. We haven't died yet.
No.
Where's going?
No. We
stuck in Sphinx land. We're stuck in Hades now.
Fought a Hydra.
Fought a Hydra.
Fought kind of like, outsmarted Cerberus, Phoebus.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
I like each one of their heads. Page 101. We got one vote for find out who that runner is. Why he's run so fast?
Who is that runner?
What is he doing? Who running?
What are you running from?
What was the Greek god that ran really fast?
Hermes.
Oh, look at you go with the Hermes. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was Hermes. He's on the FTD florist guy.
I like what John said. Let's hide. We are due, man. Like, it's like we've tempted fate so much.
Yeah, come on.
We got
we got 2 votes for runner because page 101 is the runner.
Yep.
So we got 2 votes for run.
We'll give it a second here.
Yeah, we haven't died and we work for Hades. I mean, we're like the luckiest kid alive so far.
Luckiest kid who also lives in hell. Luckiest kid in hell. I think, yeah, exactly. The Romans had such a different, almost like comparable God situation.
They did. Yeah, they.
I guess we're finding out who he is. Who you are, man.
Who is you?
Who is, boy? Why you run?
Oops.
101.
101.
You decide to risk finding out who the runner is. As you limp toward him, you notice small wings on each of his sandals. He waves to you as he approaches. Who are you? What are you doing? You call wearily. He pauses, and you notice he's not at all out of breath. I'm Hermes, son of Zeus and messenger of the gods. I'm on my way to get Persephone, he explains. My father has ordered Hades to let her return to the land of the living. I was just on my way to rescue Persephone, too, you reply. Sorry. Let me take care of getting Persephone. Hermes glances at your injured ankle, which has begun to swell, at your concussed ankle.
Concussed ankle.
I guess you're a live mortal after all. Your clothes are so strange from a distance, I couldn't tell what you were. As soon as I pick up Persephone, you can tell me where you come from and how you ended up in the underworld. Wait right here, and I'll bring you to the land of the living. Turn to page 20. Ugh. Back to the beginning. Dang you.
And if you know the story, this isn't going to end well anyway.
Right. In less than an hour, Hermes returns with Persephone in Hades' chariot. You're relieved to see that she is out of her trance. Climb in, Hermes calls to you. The 3 of you ride past the jagged rocks of the underworld, over the river Styx, and into the light of day. After you return Persephone to the field where you found her, Hermes turns to you. Where shall I take you, my friend? I would like to meet Zeus!
Come on.
Describe parents' discovery at the throne of Zeus. Hermes stares at you intently. You say you live thousands of years in the future? Oh, I would love to trade places with you. And I could if you agree. I don't think I understand, you reply. We can exchange lives, Hermes explains. You'll become a god, and I'll go into the future and take your place. But you don't look like me. My family will know you're not me. We'll step into each other's bodies. Oh, man. Only you'll step into an immortal body, says Hermes. Unfortunately, since you weren't born a god, you'll have all our powers except time travel. Imagine being a god. That would be 1,000 times better than just meeting one. But what about your family and friends? If you agree to exchange lives with Hermes, turn to page 42. If you say, I'd rather just meet Zeus and then go home, turn to page 32.
Yeah, John, it's the book that never ends. This one has 30 endings though.
It has
So
30
it's got a
endings,
lot.
and we have
Yeah,
really done a good job of staying on that
I know.
choose your own
I
adventure
can't
tightrope. Good job, everybody, tonight.
I can't believe we're still alive.
I can't either.
I figured we'd be
I think John's voting for time travel,
okay. Time
exchanging
travel.
lives.
So that would be exchanging, or is he just talking about the book? I'm not sure.
I don't know. That's a good point.
But yeah, didn't Persephone? She had to stay in Hades for 3 months, and then in the regular world 9 months. I think it was the deal that Zeus and
Yeah.
Hades made. I think. Gerald, meet Zeus and bounce.
Let's get
Go
this
meet
over.
Zeus.
Zeus, and then one for time travel.
Okay.
Let's give it a second and see what happens
Second
here.
Yeah, we'll get one more second. Otherwise, we're gonna go meet some Zeus. Go home. Get out of here. All right. So
Mr. BRS says, yeah, I'm assuming that's to time travel?
meet Zeus
I don't
and go
know.
home.
Because he said that after John Kennedy said travel. Zeus!
Oh, okay.
Now we gotta pick the ones that kill us.
Yeah, I know. Oops,
All right.
all death.
Zeus, it's up.
See,
All
Zeus,
right, man.
page 32. Here we go. Well, I'm disappointed you won't trade lives with me, says Hermes, but I'll take you as close to Olympus as I can. Zeus is very particular when it comes to mortal visitors, so I'll have to see if I can get an invitation for you. You ride through groves of silvery trees, past orchards and villages, over the steepest mountains in Greece to a small peninsula. Wait here, he tells you. Moments later, he returns with Athena and Zeus. Welcome to Olympus, says Zeus cordially. You can't take your eyes off his robe. It seems to be woven of rainbow and lightning. Your grandmother and I are old friends, Zeus continues. I look forward to talking with you, but let's have a bite to eat first. Turn to page 38. Zeus leads you to an enormous table surrounded by immense thrones. You gaze in awe at the gods and goddesses gathered around the table. You imagine they would be dignified, but instead they tease one another and laugh so hard that the table trembles. Zeus creates a small cloud for you for your seat, and you sit down and enjoy the meal. When the last morsel of food has been devoured, Zeus takes you aside. I have a souvenir for you, he says, handing you a shovel made of mirrors. If you use this shovel, you will be able to unearth every last trace of Olympus. Just follow the tug of this tool, and you will find more than you have ever dreamed of. You thank Zeus and return to your cloud seat. When you sit, however, you discover it is no longer firm. You sink into silvery vapors and tumble through time. When the mist clears, you find yourself home, still clutching your souvenir from Zeus. The end.
Hey!
Well, there you go. I mean, wrap that up in about a page and a half. So we did have it. We didn't die.
We didn't die. This might be a Uchoose first.
It might be.
Both.
I love how they're always commenting on our clothes, though. I don't think I've seen a book do that many times.
No, they really leaned in. Like, your clothes are weird. Said a guy wearing with sandals with wings on them. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that.
It's the pot calling the kettle black there, Hermes.
Oh my God. We did it. We didn't die. We didn't die. And we have a shovel made of mirrors, which sounds really not durable.
That's what I was wondering. Like, you go to dig, crack.
Look, do I dig with this?
This?
Right? All right.
This?
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Everybody in the chat. And it's the best way to do it, but you can also listen later. You can go to the letter U, choosepodcast.com. That's the letter U, choosepodcast.com to listen to other past episodes. And then we try to do this every other Monday. at 8:45 Central Time ish. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't, but I'm sure glad everybody was able to make it. It's been a while.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody.
I'm not sure how I feel about not dying. Yeah, now we're gonna die every single time. So, yes, yeah, we really thank the chat. Really glad you guys take time out of your day to listen to us and listen later. We don't care how. If you show up now, that's awesome. If you listen later, that's fine too. We always enjoy doing
Absolutely.
these.
Yep.
And
And
we'll
again,
be
if
back.
if
Go
you
ahead.
would like any Uchoose merch, we could put the link back up at some point, either or just check out our socials.
Yeah, I'll
We've
put
got-
a link in the show notes. I try to put a link in the show notes for every episode for merch, so you can get Uchoose mugs, Uchoose phone cases, t-shirts, hoodies, all sorts of things. So yeah, we're probably getting screwed next time.
We are. The Uchoose gods will not let this stand.
Yes, but
Yeah.
yeah, thanks again everybody who's live, and thanks to everybody listening later. And until next time, you choose the adventure. Thanks everybody.